Well, you make a wonderful villain.
I don't think of him as a villain.
You don't?
No.
How do you think of him?
I think of him as a man who has a job and who does it with great intellect and expertise.
Well, he certainly does. He's a bit dictatorial.
That's his job. You know? His job is to control a population.
Did you look at anyone sort of as an archetype or a template for that? Any historical figures at all? Or was it just all imagined work?
It's me.
It's you?
Yeah. I don't know. No, I didn't think of anyone. I mean, there are all sorts of people you could think of, but none of them is so... No, it's what happens is that I give a piece of my DNA to this character, and that starts to go develop in this petri dish of myself. And then that goes and talks to Gary Ross. And Gary Ross is the one who creates everything. Right. If you look at that film, that's his film. If you look at those two scenes in the Rose Garden, they're not in the book. That whole concept of love, of hope and fear, that's Gary Ross. That's the extraordinary intellectual, artistic brilliance of that man.
Did that resonate for you, kind of that idea of controlling people through a small measure of hope and a large measure of fear? Do you see that in our world at all?
Yeah, sure. She's wonderful, isn't she, Jennifer?
Oh, magnificent. Yeah. I mean, you do a little bit of work with her, and what was that like for you?
I just think of her as being as good an actor as you'll find anywhere now. And when you look at the film, I looked at it, I'm sitting there watching it, and I suddenly think, my God, that's Elizabeth Taylor in National Velvet. And then over there, that's the Mona Lisa. There's one shot of her that looks like the Mona Lisa. And somehow that film, he did such a wonderful job, Gary. It made me weep. Three times. When she was over the body of Rue and she put her fingers up and everybody stood up, I would have stood up in the audience. It was just, it's such a wonderful film. And those books are movies in the imaginations of millions of people. And the film that he made will echo those films in those imaginations perfectly, replicate them.
Thank you so much. We're really looking forward to seeing this on AMC screens. Love the movie.
Oh, God, it's a wonderful movie.